Help me understand. Karmelo Anthony, Caysen Allison. Same age, same state. The one, self-defense, murder conviction, 35 years. The other, premeditated stabbing 4 times, aggravated manslaughter.
We got Dr. Umar talking about the Karmelo Anthony case, and it looks like he was exposing a hidden web of conflicts of interest that may have changed everything about the case. Look, there was an all-white jury in the state of Texas. Karmelo Anthony was charged at the age of 17 as an adult, and on top of that, why wasn't he given manslaughter?
Let's go back to the indictment from the grand jury. The grand jury decided Karmelo would be charged with murder. Who's on the grand jury? You don't know. It's a secret. I want you to see how white supremacy operates behind the scenes. You can't challenge the grand jury because you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So the people who decided this 17-year-old would be charged with murder are complete secrets. And you and I both know they all white. Are you with me? So first, deal with the grand jury. Him being charged with murder was a crime in and of itself. In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. Grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife. The knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2. If I'm stabbing you, why am I going halfway with a knife blade that's only 3.5 inches? You fell onto my knife. Do you really think those 2 black boys?
That's not all. Dr. Umar talks about the Caysen Allison case. In the same state, around the same age, around the same year, Caysen Allen was charged for manslaughter instead of murder. And instead of him getting 35 years, he got 10 years. Y'all take a look. I did hear that he may have fallen on the track instrument, but again, there's no video right now to see what really happened.
Who fell on that white boy's knife are going to get convicted of murder in 35 years. I think they even get indicted with murder.
That's a fact. No,
we know
I
they don't. You know
Yeah.
why? Because there's the case of another boy by the name of Caysen Allison. Same year, same state.
Former Belton High student Caysen Allison was sentenced today to the maximum 10 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of fellow student Joe Ramirez.
This comes after a jury found Allison guilty of criminally negligent homicide, and a judge added a deadly weapon enhancement to his potential sentence. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was in the courtroom for today's sentencing and has the latest.
Nearly 3 years after Joe Ramirez died, the man who stabbed him will spend a decade behind bars. Judge Wade Faulkner sentenced Allison to 10 years in confinement in the institutional division. This comes after 9 witnesses testified, including the mothers of both Ramirez and Allison, school employees who responded to the stabbing, and Allison's therapist. 3 Belton ISD staff members described lasting trauma from that day: sleepless nights, anxiety, and PTSD. One teacher said the incident forced her into medical retirement. Joe's family tearfully shared how his loss has changed their lives and say they haven't received true justice. The defense presented Allison's parents and counselor, who testified about his growth and remorse over 3 years of therapy, revealing that Allison is now a father. Defense attorney Boyd warned that prison would be a, quote, death sentence for his client, and asked for just 2 years. But prosecutors successfully argued for the maximum, calling Ramirez's death, quote, entirely avoidable. When Faulkner announced the 10-year sentence, Ramirez's family erupted in applause and cheers. The judge quickly restored order while Allison's family sat in stunned silence. Following the sentencing, Ramirez's mother took the stand, looked Allison in the eye, and said, quote, you get this measly 10-year sentence while I'm serving a life sentence without my son. The DA's office said, quote, they hope today's verdict can allow Joe's family and our community to move forward. Allison was immediately taken into custody and booked into the Bell County Jail, where he began his sentence today. In Belton City,
This white boy invited this Latino boy to the school's bathroom for a fight. The white boy, Caysen Allison, was armed with a knife. He invites him to fight him with a knife. And in the course of the fight, he pulls out the knife, stabs the Latino 4 times. Same year,
That's
same
crazy.
state. He doesn't get charged with murder. He got charged with aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something to that effect. Guess what his sentence was?
What?
Premeditated. Carmelo didn't know they was
Yeah,
coming
that's
into the tent.
premeditated all day.
Caysen's case, he invited the boy. He invited him to the bathroom, shanked him 4 times, loon, murdered him. Guess what his charge was? Aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something similar. Guess what the sentence was?
That is interesting because I would expect, or at least expected, Karmelo to get manslaughter. But for him to get life or 35 years, I think that was too much. That was too harsh. That was really too harsh. I'm not sure if they've already started the process of filing an appeal. If they haven't, they should. I haven't looked at it lately, but yeah, man, that's crazy.
10 years. Guess when he'll get paroled? In 5. Help me understand something, Loon. Help me understand. Karmelo Anthony, Caysen Allison. Same age, same state. The one, self-defense, murder conviction, 35 years. The other, premeditated stabbing 4 times, aggravated manslaughter. Year sentence, he's home in 5. Because Karmelo was convicted of murder, Loon,
He'll do half that time.
Yes.
17 and a half years. Caysen Allison, 4 shanks. He'll be home in 5. Strategy. How about, okay, Mike Howard is the lead attorney for Karmelo Anthony, right? Caucasian Mike Howard. And then he's working with another Caucasian on the defense team, right? By the name of Toby. Toby is friends with and used to work in the same office as the prosecutor. Do you really believe that an attorney for Karmelo Anthony, black boy on trial for his life, has worked for years with the prosecutor prosecuting his client? Prosecuting your client is your friend. And you mean to tell me they wasn't sharing notes? You mean to tell me there wasn't a game plan? You mean to tell me that this wasn't a setup for the beginning? That is a conflict of interest. And I personally believe the reason Toby was put on Karmelo's defense was to feed the strategy to the prosecutor. And then we find out later that the prosecutor and the judge and Daddy Metcalf are all friends. Complete conflict of interest through the whole case. The judge, if that is found to be true, if what is alleged is found to be true, that judge need to be snatched off the bench, but it don't even matter no more, Loon. You know why? He's retiring anyway. Karmelo's case might be the last case of his career, so he just wanted to lynch one more ninja.
So there it is. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Dr. Umar said it was a conflict of interest. If it is true that Karmelo Anthony, the prosecutor, the defense attorney, everyone all knew of each other. But if that is the case, yeah, I can see it being a web, a long web of a conflict of interest. But again, y'all get in the comments. Tell me what you think. Make sure you subscribe. We out. Peace.